Hi everybody, it's Susan from Sunrise Quilt Studio, and today I have another vintage quilt to show you. This one is a double wedding ring quilt. This is a quilt that I bought as an unfinished top, and then I brought it home and I quilted it on my long arm. So I want to show you a little more details about this quilt. Here is the double wedding ring quilt. This one I bought in 2013 as an unfinished top, and then quilted it on my long arm machine. So let me show you a little close-up of this. This has 1930s fabrics in it, and then it has this cheddar yellow as the background. Now, a double wedding ring quilt is one that I have not successfully pieced myself. I bought this at one of my Quilt Guild's quilt shows, and they had a booth where somebody was selling vintage tops, and I bought this one there. So there's all different color fabrics in here. There is consistency in the center of where the rings converge. We have the blue and the pink in there. And those are solids. The rest, most of them are prints, you can see here, but then there are some solids that are thrown in there. You'll see some of those pink and blue solids in some of those rings. Now this one I quilted fairly heavily. This quilt was not square at all. It was very out of shape, and I had trouble quilting it flat, and you will see in here where I've got some puckers in the quilting, and that's because I could not get that stretched out. The lozenge piece here was too big for where the rings came together there. So, and that happened in quite a few places. In fact, in almost all of them I had problems with that. In 2013 I had been quilting for about 11 years, so I had learned to do feathers pretty well, and I did a real heavy feather in here, and the feather veins are right here, and then the feathers come out and they meet here. So I filled those with feathers, and then I also did the feathers here in these pieces. You can see those there. And then I just did some outline stitching here, quilting here, which I keep looking at this every time I get this out and thinking I really need to put this on the long arm and do more quilting in here. But this also has a scalloped border, which you can see here. And those aren't easy to put on the long arm machines, especially when they've already been quilted. They're not too bad when they're just a top, because you just lay them on top anyway. But since this one's already quilted and it's bound, it would be a little difficult. And I just found a solid yellow fabric and bound it with that. This one is wearing in places, and I'll show you over here where the fabric is wearing through. This piece is all but gone. This is another one that I keep folded up, ready for use for anybody to grab whenever they want to use it. But though it hasn't been used in quite a while, I've kind of put this one at the bottom of the stack so that it doesn't get used very often, because I don't want it to deteriorate anymore. And this piece here can be replaced. I can find something to replace that with. This, I don't have anything this color to match it, so that would be difficult. So right now I'm just kind of conserving it the way it is. And there's a spot over here also that is worn through. You can see that. So lots of different fabric pieces in here. We've got this piece here that was pieced together to make this section there of the ring. And this one here is the same. It's pieced this way. But lots of interesting fabrics in there, I think. Got some, this looks like an oriental design in the back, like maybe it was a oriental scenic print. And then there's some florals, there's some dots. There's another one, like that blue piece, only this one is green. And there's some ferns, more flowers. These look like spades and hearts. Just lots and lots of different pieces in here. And some are bright fabrics that look in good shape, like in here. And then others are more faded, like in here. So this piece, probably just used whatever she had. Just cut up her scraps and put them together. And I have tried making double wing. I have tried making double ring wedding quilts before. I've tried twice and I was not successful either time. So this is, for me, a difficult pattern. I know lots of people don't have any trouble with it because there's lots of double wedding ring quilts out there. But it's just not something that I have learned to master yet. And probably, I probably won't try again. And there is a little bit of staining on the background fabric, but this was actually in pretty good shape when I bought it, except for the fact that it had a lot of puckering in it, and that's where this shows up here. And I'll show you the back a little bit. Don't know if we can see much. Let's turn this direction. And here's the back, and you can see, maybe you can see why I feel like this needs more quilting in here, because we have this dense quilting in this area and in here, and then this is very loose. So that could really be quilted some more to kind of make the quilting even all over the quilt. And the thread I used was a cream colored thread. It almost looks yellow, but it isn't. It almost looks yellow back here, but it's not. On this side you can see where it is like a cream color. So, and these pink fabrics have kind of faded to the back. So you never know about the stability of the dyes in these fabrics in these older quilts. And then the fabrics, if you ever felt a vintage top that hasn't been quilted yet, you'll see how thin the fabrics were. They are not the quality of our quilt store fabrics are these days. So this is a good size quilt. It would be good for a twin bed. It just covers the top of my queen size bed, so I think it would be good for a queen. I mean, you may be able to do it for a full size bed, but it wouldn't hang over your sides very well. So there we go. There's the double wedding ring quilt. Okay, that is it for the double wedding ring quilt. This is another quilt that we use quite frequently in our home, and it is one that is starting to deteriorate, so we're taking good care of this one and making sure it lasts a bit longer. Now I wanted to answer a couple of questions that I had in the comment section. And the main one is, have you moved into your new home? And yes, we have. This is our new home here. It isn't completely finished, but we're really close. We're working on the trimming, like windows and doors. Those are all done. I've been working on the baseboard trim this week, so that should be done in a day or two. So we are in our home, and we are finalizing all the finances and the paperwork that goes along with the mortgage. So that'll be done into June. So we're here. We're anxious to get all of the housework done, work on the house done, and start focusing on some of the things on the outside in our yard, on our property. We have 10 acres here, so we want to get started on that and get some things done this summer. So that's pretty much it for this video. So I hope you're all doing well, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. For more quilting ideas, click on the video links, and to keep up with my latest projects, click on the subscribe button. I hope to see you again soon.